vaccine mandates in Florida law. All of them. All of them. Who am I as a government or anyone else, or who am I as a man standing here now to tell you what you should put in your body?
So he seems sincere, but the cabal that engineers everything, that makes, I'm sure they're gonna put some poison in the water in Florida and say, oh, look, see, we told you. They're gonna use some new genetically engineered measles virus and say, see, look what Florida did. You need to poison your baby. Again, these are the people that did 9/11, they did COVID, they did the Israeli hoax concert attack, they fake all school shootings. If you want to know how they really do, like the real super dirt, it's Brazil went off label and gave out vaccinations to pregnant mothers in 2015. And then months later, they had the microcephaly outbreak, children born horrifically deformed. They blamed it on the Zika virus, a mosquito-borne virus. And then off of that, they used that as an excuse to spread genetically engineered mosquitoes. God knows what they're doing. But they couldn't have their sacred cow be the cause of microcephaly, so they blamed it on mosquitoes. It's every vaccination chart looks like, measles outbreak, and then measles declines because people that were susceptible died, people built up natural immunity, it just burned out, and then they gave out their vaccinations once it was burned out. They used the appearance to get their evil agendas passed. Like, they're just consistent, they're always, whatever's evil that they can get by, they'll do. So I assume after Florida outlaws vaccinations, like, at first I'm like, this is great, people see how horrific, like all these children are gonna have autism, and now I'm like, oh shit, it's not gonna how it's gonna work. They're gonna start injecting, and they're gonna start putting poison in water, and if once you're compromising immune systems, then underlying things start to show up. So they're probably just gonna make Floridians sick to, I don't know. Anyway, our whole government is like solid, I would guess, like 40-50% at least at the top levels are sold out cabal members, and the cabal doesn't mind true believers who are like Republicans, Democrats, like they don't mind the argument under their appearance of a lie. Like, as long as the next president can be a cabal member, then they don't really care, seems like. But they've got a whole army of, they've been faking news for decades, and now they have trillions of dollars to get more sold out people. So it's not just a true Satanist believer cabal anymore, or true Lucifer or triangle finger cabal. Like, now it's just like, oh yeah, this is my cousin Joe. He's on the payroll. He did a fake school shooting for us. So they've blossomed into like a global mind control cult of evil people. Crazy but true. They did COVID to mask 5G EMF poisoning, so that you would think the brain fog from EMF poisoning while they're reading your mind with AI. You would think the brain fog came from COVID rather than 5G towers. You look up when COVID started. I mean, COVID and COVID and 5G both came out at the start of 2020. Right at the start of COVID, there was a nursing home in Holyoke, Massachusetts, where they used it as a news story. 90% of the veteran patients there died from COVID, right? Like, yeah, but that was like one of the first 5G towers in the nation. Was a clear mile field away from a brand new 5G tower, like one of the only ones in the nation at the time. If you know how 5G and radio frequencies work, like 5G is a higher frequency, so it penetrates less. So like trees would block it, so like it was across an open empty field, and all those guys got sick and died of COVID. So I'm sure they were just, turned up the dial and said, oh yeah, we'll use our 5G tower to, like they're literally psychotic, demonic, I don't know what they are. The cult of special people that use the labor of good people to give the impression that they're good people, and they say, oh, look how nice it is, we just need to exploit Mexicans, and don't notice that the Chinese people that make your iPhone are committing suicide, so we put up suicide nets. Like, look how shiny we make it. So anyway, I don't know. But I'm sure they're gonna do some skullduggery with the Florida thing. I'm sure it's gonna be Florida's water system is gonna have, like, now that they can't have Florida be a testbed of healthy people while the evil cabal is still in charge. So they're gonna somehow make Floridians extra sick with, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I'm sure that would just be par for the course.